my name is Grace, and today we have a Vinyasa Flow yoga practice. This practice is designed to get the blood moving, the chi moving, and will focus on building strength and flexibility. You might want something that resembles a block for this practice. I'm going to use my Deadman book. Many of us have that floating around, I'm sure, but it's not necessary if you don't have anything. So we're going to start by coming to all fours. We'll bring the wrists underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips, and we're going to start with a couple cat-cows. So we'll drop the belly and look up on the inhale. And on the exhale, we'll tuck the tailbone under, round the spine, and drop the head in between the shoulders. Good. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. And exhale, rounding the spine, dropping the head in between the shoulders, feeling the shoulder blades pulling apart from one another. Really just bringing some movements and energy into the spine. And I invite you to take this now a couple times at the pace of your own breath. And then you might also begin to add some organic movement. So you might rock the hips side to side, maybe a little figure eight, kind of around the shoulders and the wrists. You might pick up the feet, kind of activate the tops of the feet here, really getting the blood moving through all parts of the body, all the channels, waking everything up. Great. We're going to come back to some stillness in a little, in our tabletop position, and we're going to begin by extending the left foot out behind us, tucking the toes under, rocking back and forth, opening up through the ankle, the bottom of the foot, the tops, or each of the toes. And then when we're ready, we'll lift the left foot up parallel in line with the spine and extend out through the right arm. We'll plug the shoulder into its socket, and then we'll do a couple crunches. So on the exhale, we'll bring the elbow to the knee, and on the inhale, we'll extend out both long through the leg and the arm. Exhale, another crunch. Inhale, extend out long. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend long. Good. We'll bring both the palm and the knee back down to the earth, and we'll switch to the other side. So we'll extend out nice and long through the right leg, and we'll begin by rocking back and forth, just opening up through the calf, the ankle, the bottom of the foot, waking up the toes. And when we're ready, we'll lift the right leg up in line with the spine and extend out through the left arm. We'll plug the left arm in, back into the socket, and then we'll do a nice little crunch. So elbow to knee on the exhale. Inhale, extend out long. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. One more time. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. Good. Dropping the palm and the knee back down to the earth. And we're going to move into a little vinyasa. So we'll walk the palms out a couple inches in front of the shoulders, curl the toes under, lift the knees, press it up and back, downward facing dog. Good. We're pressing mostly into the thumb and the index finger here to relieve some of the pressure on the wrists. Good. Walking the feet out, pedaling out our dog, waking up the backs of the legs. Good. On the inhale, come all the way up onto the tippy toes, stretch through the bottoms of the feet, and exhale, press the heels back down to the earth. Good. We're going to shift the weight forward into a high plank. You can stay up here, or you can bring the knees to the earth. And we'll shift the weight forward, bend at the elbows, hug the elbows into the side body, lower all the way down to the earth, belly and chest come to the earth. Inhale, we'll lift the chest for a little cobra, and exhale, we'll bring the forehead back down to the earth. Good. Curl the toes under, lift the kneecaps, press it all the way back up to a plank. You can also come through all fours here, and exhale back to downward facing dog. Good, we're gonna do that one more time to build a little bit of heat. You can also just hang out in downward facing dog, or you might come to a child's pose for a little rest. I'll walk us through one more little vinyasa though, if that's the route you choose. We'll shift the weight forward into a plank. Knees can come down or they can stay lifted. Shift the toes and the shoulders over the wrist. Hug the elbows into the side body. Lower all the way down to the belly. Inhale, little cobra. Exhale, forehead comes down to the earth. Curl the toes under. Lift the knees. Press it up to a high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, we're gonna walk the feet up towards the hands into a forward fold. Grab onto opposite elbows, rock side to side. You might keep a little bend in the knees here. Releasing the lower back. Good, and then we'll roll all the way up to standing one vertebrae at a time. Head and neck should come up last. Shoulders come up and back, and then head and neck. Inhale, reach both arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hands come through heart center, fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway, lift. Hands can come to the tops of the thighs, nice flat back. You can also bring the hands to the shins or the tips of the fingers. Exhale, lower all the way back down. Good. Plant the palms on either side of the feet. We'll step the right foot back first, left foot back second. And exhale, we'll come back to a downward facing dog. Good. You might pedal the feet out again one more time here, really waking everything up. Should be a little more awake now. And on the inhale, we'll reach the right foot, and my couch is here, so maybe you have more space, but we'll reach the right foot all the way up to the sky. On the exhale, we'll bend the knee, hug the knee up into the chest, shift the weight forward, and then we'll land the right foot up and in between both palms. We'll stay up on the toes of the left foot, reach the arms back, hug, squeeze the right glute to come all the way up to a crescent. Inhale, reach both arms up to the sky. Nice crescent warrior, very good. On the next exhale, we'll come to a warrior two. So we'll pivot the left foot down flat, bend into the right knee. We should be able to make one long line from the right heel to the arch of the left foot. Extend out long through both arms. You might bring the gaze over the right fingers. Opening up the hips like a book here. Chest is upright though, we don't want to be leaning forward. Good, we'll flip the palm of the right hand, reach the right hand up and back, reverse warrior. Good, exhale, we'll cartwheel both hands back down all the way to the earth, pivoting back onto the left toes. Hands are on either side of the right foot, plant the hands, sweep the right foot up and back to meet the left back in downward facing dog. We're just going to switch to the other side here now. So we'll reach the left foot all the way up to the sky and hug the left knee up into the chest, squeeze the knee up, and we'll plant the left foot down onto the earth. We're staying in a crescent, so we're staying up, back on the right toes. Reach the arms back to come up, activating the left glute. Inhale, reach both arms all the way up to the sky. You might feel a nice stretch in the right hip. Good, and on the next exhale, we're bringing it to a warrior two. So we're pivoting on the right foot so that it's parallel with the short edge of the mat. Heel to arch alignment here, extending out through both arms. Maybe we're bringing the gaze out over the left hand. Good, inhale, flip the left palm up, reach forward, up and back, reverse warrior. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. And then on the next exhale, we'll cartwheel the hands back down to the earth, pivoting back up onto the right toes, planting the hands on either side of the left foot, sweeping the left foot back. We're coming now to a high plank. Again, stay in this high plank, or you can lower the knees. We'll shift the weight forward, hug the elbows into the side body, lower the belly and chest all the way down to the earth. I'm going to stick with a little baby cobra here, but if you're familiar with an upward facing dog. Feel free to take that. On the exhale, forehead comes back down to the earth. Curl the toes under, lift the knees, press it up, back to a plank, and this time we're going to lower both knees to the earth. We're going to come to a child's pose. So you can bring the knees as close together as or as far apart as is comfortable. Bringing the two big toes together, sitting the hips back down on to the knees and melting the chest and head to the earth. Nice. Good. Couple breaths here. Melting into the mat. Very good. When you're ready, we'll come back to all fours. Curl the back toes under, walk the palms out a couple more inches, lift the knees, press it up and back, another downward dog. We're gonna add on to that sequence that we just did. We're gonna reach the right foot all the way up to the sky, hug the right knee up into the chest first, hold, squeeze, crunch, and then on the exhale, on the inhale, we'll reach the right foot back up, three-legged dog. One more time, bend the knee, hugging into the chest. This time we're gonna bring the right knee to the right elbow. Good, exhale back up towards the sky. And this time, exhale, bring the right knee to the left elbow, twist and crunch. One more time, three-legged dog. And on the exhale, we'll sweep the right foot up and in between the hands. This time we're just gonna pivot onto the left foot, come all the way up to warrior two. Good, bending into the right knee. We want to be able to see the right toes here. So if your knee is far over your right toes, back it up a little bit. We want to keep the knee in line with the ankle, in line with the heel. Good, flip the right palm forward, up and back, reverse the warrior. Good, this time we're going to straighten the right leg, come all the way up, reach forward with the right hand. We're going to come into a triangle pose here. So this is maybe a good time to grab your Deadman book or your block or whatever might work for you. We'll bring it up, if you are using a block or a book, we're going to bring it onto the outer edge of the calf. Reach forward with the right hand and place the right hand on top of that. Reach all the way up with the left hand. So we really want to be opening up through the chest here. If we kind of feel like we're doing this a little bit, we're kind of like our left shoulder is coming forward, that would be an indication to back out of it a little bit. You can bring the hand up higher. We want to really open up through the chest. Good. We're going to bend back into the right knee, come back all the way up to warrior two. You can move your book out if you no longer, because we won't need it for a moment. Good, we're gonna drop the left hand, pivot on the back foot to come up to back to a crescent warrior. And on the exhale, we'll come all the way back down, plant the palms on either side of the right foot, sweep the right foot back to meet the left, and we'll take a little vinyasa. Or you can come to child's pose or downward dog. So we'll come to a plank, shift the weight forward onto the tippy toes, hug the elbows into the side body. Exhale, lower the body all the way to the earth. Inhale, little cobra. Exhale, forehead comes to the earth. Curl the toes under, lift the knees, press it all the way back up to a plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, coming onto the other side now, we're gonna sweep the left foot up to the sky, three-legged dog. And we're gonna bend the knee, shift the weight forward, hug the knee up into the chest for a crunch. Good. Inhale, sweep the left foot back up towards the sky, three-legged dog. And on the exhale, we'll bend the knee, shift the weight forward, bring the left knee to the left elbow. Good. Inhale, reach the left foot back up to the sky. One more, we're twisting this time. Exhale, crunch, twist the left knee to the right elbow. On the exhale, sweep the left foot back up all the way to the sky. And then this time, we're gonna bend the knee, sweep the left foot up and in between the hands. Good, we're just gonna plant the right foot on the earth now, coming up to warrior two. dropping the shoulders away from the ears. And we'll reverse the warrior. Flip the left palm forward, up and back, reverse warrior. And we're gonna come to our triangle pose on the other side. So we'll straighten the left leg. Go ahead and grab your book or your block if you'd like for this. Placing that on the outside of the left calf. Reaching the left hand forward, dropping, reaching the right hand all the way up to the sky. Again, we really want to open up through the chest here. So I actually maybe want to come up a little more like this. Good, go ahead, drop the right hand. We'll pivot onto the toes of the right foot. You can move your block or book out of the way. And on the exhale, we'll drop both hands down on either side of the left foot. Plant the hands on the earth, sweep the left foot back to meet the right. One more vinyasa. Shift the weight forward onto the tippy toes. Hug the elbows into the side body. Lower all the way down to the earth. Inhale, baby cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, forehead comes to the earth. Curl the toes under, lift the knees, press it all the way back up to a plank. And on the exhale, we'll bring it all the way back to a downward facing dog. Last one here. We're gonna bring it down low and slow in a second. Good. Inhale, reach the right foot back up to the sky, but this time instead of crunching, we're just gonna bend the right knee and place the right knee behind the right wrist. We're coming into a pigeon pose here. So if this is uncomfortable on your knees or your hips for any reason, you can always come to a figure four position on the back. To do that, you'll cross the right ankle on top of the left knee and bring the left knee up and in towards the chest. I'm gonna stick with my regular pigeon here for right now though. You can stay upright here if that's most comfortable. You can also bring forearms down to the earth. And we'll take a couple seconds really to open up through the right hip. Relax into it. And to come out of it, we're gonna scoot the left knee up to meet the back of the right knee. And then we'll sit back down from there. So the right knee is crossing over the left. Inhale, extend up through the spine, nice and tall. Exhale, breathe into the hips now. Can be kind of an intense one. Good. Release the cross. We're going to extend the right leg out long and bring the sole of the left foot to the inner edge of the right thigh. Inhale, sit up nice and tall, and on the exhale, we'll fold forward. You can round here now, releasing the head and neck. Hamstring stretch for the right. Good. Coming up, we'll just come to cross-legged and then cross over the knees back to our tabletop position. And we're just going to move into the other side. So you can come to a downward dog if that was comfortable, or you can just bring the left knee up against the left wrist, walking the right toes back a little bit, coming back into our pigeon pose, this time on the left. Once again, you can stay upright here. You might bring the forearms to the earth. Breathing into the hip. Again, this can be kind of an intense moment also. We tend to store a lot of emotions in the hips, so if you feel anything coming up right now, it's okay to Allow yourself to feel that, breathe through it. Good. We're going to move through cow face pose here. So we'll curl the right toes under, walk the right knee up into the back of the left knee, and then we'll sit down onto the hips, coming into the other side. This one can be a little intense. You might notice how either side of your body feels different than the other. Just noticing, not judging. Good. We'll uncross the legs and we'll extend the left leg out nice and long, bringing the right foot up into the left inner thigh. Inhale, sit up nice and tall, and on the exhale, we'll fold forward. Good. Walking the hands back up. We'll extend both legs out nice and long. And then we'll roll all the way back down onto the back. We're just going to do a nice little simple twist here. So you might windshield wiper the legs a little bit to kind of release some of what we just did on the hips. And then we're going to come into a little twist. So we'll scoot the hips all the way to the right side of the mat so that the knees can fall to the left. You can cross the legs here if that's comfortable. You can just kind of let gravity do the work. You might extend through long through the right arm. I don't have tons of room here with my furniture, but you might have more than me. You can also gaze over the right shoulder if that's comfortable. Good. We'll just bring it up to the other side. So planting the feet onto the earth, walking the feet and the hips now towards the left, just so that we can easily drop both the knees to the right, coming into a twist on the other side. Again, you might extend out long through the left arm. Maybe you gaze over the left shoulder. Good, and when you're ready, we'll come back to center. We'll just do another nice little bridge before we move into our final rest. So we'll put the feet flat on the earth here. You don't want them to be quite too close to the glutes or else you start to activate the wrong muscles here. So I like to have maybe like a finger breadth, a soon worth of space between the tips of your fingers and the backs of your heels. We'll press into the heels, squeeze the glutes, lift the hips up towards the sky. Coming into a bridge, you might shimmy the shoulders underneath the back body. Maybe you clasp the hands underneath the glutes, pressing up here. And on the exhale, we'll roll one vertebrae at a time all the way down to the mat, releasing the glutes last. Good, we'll do that one more time. So we'll squeeze the glutes, press into the heels, lift the hips up towards the sky. You can bring the palms to clasp underneath, if that's comfortable. And then on the exhale, we'll bring it down slowly, one vertebrae at a time, really, really slow, releasing the glutes last. Good. Draw the knees up into the chest. Give yourself a nice hug. You might rock side to side. If it's comfortable for the hips, you may come into a little happy baby. You can grab onto the big toes with the two peace fingers, drawing the knees into the armpits, really allowing the tailbone to lie flat. So you kind of come up like you're a bug, come out of it a little bit. Good. Release everything down to the earth. We'll extend out nice and long through each leg, bringing the arms on either side of the body. If it's comfortable to do so, I invite you to close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose and let it out through the mouth. One more deep breath in through the nose and let it out through the mouth. Allow yourself to melt into the mat here. The earth is supporting you. Maybe notice if you are squeezing the eyes shut versus just closing them gently. Any tension in the jaw you might be able to release right now. Just settling in for a moment of rest. And I invite you to stay here as long as you are able, as long as feels good. Thank you so much for practicing with me today, taking time to move some energy in your own body. Hope you can bring some of this energy with you through the rest of your day. Namaste.